Thank you very much, and good morning to you all. I'm very pleased to be here this morning to help kick off this year's Global Corporate Citizenship Conference. Allow me to thank the corporate sponsors and the Chamber's Business Civic Leadership Center for making this conference possible and for giving me this opportunity to speak with you this morning. Bringing together business, nonprofit, and government leaders to focus on the development of emerging markets, I think we all agree, is smart and strategic, any way you look at it. It makes sense for all of us during a time of global economic downturn to look at ways to make recovery as inclusive as possible. The interconnected global marketplace means that if we are serious about the sustainability of our efforts, we must be serious about working with emerging markets. It makes sense that we look at both the bottom line as well as the poverty line. The private sector's role in lifting people out of poverty through their core business activities and philanthropic efforts is fundamental. Equally important is the private sector's role as the engine of sustainable economic growth that can unleash the ingenuity of entrepreneurs, create jobs, build capacity, raise living standards, introduce new technologies, and generate trade and investment opportunities. These factors spur wealth in developing communities as they create new markets for the goods and services that businesses have to sell, while helping to create wealth and help millions of people climb out of poverty. In our new economy, expanding a company's bottom line cannot ignore the potential of emerging markets. As a career-long development professional, it's great to be part of this discussion. It's an exciting time for us at the Millennium Challenge Corporation. As you may know, President Obama recently nominated Mr. Daniel Yohannes to be MCC's new Chief Executive Officer. This nomination is yet another sign of the very strong commitment of the new administration to MCC and for the mission of MCC. MCC's worldwide anti-poverty pro-growth grants, as you may know, now top $7 billion. From where I sit, I see every day the linkages between emerging market development and economic growth, between sustainable development in these emerging markets and the important role that public-private partnerships are already playing to lay a foundation for sustainable growth. Let me give you just two examples from our portfolio. I see this in El Salvador, where a public-private partnership is leveraging resources from the $460 million compact with the Millennium Challenge Corporation, with the Virginia-based AES Corporation, and the government of El Salvador to build 1,300 kilometers of new rural electrification lines, connections and extensions of existing lines throughout the country's northern zone. Poor families in that part of the country who do not have access to electricity will be connected to the grid for the very first time. A basic service like electricity allows businesses to operate, allows school children to build the skills that they'll need to perform future jobs. I also see it in Ghana. We're part of MCC's $547 million grant is boosting agricultural productivity through investments in post-harvest infrastructure, investments in feeder roads, and credit services that are already opening new opportunities for Ghanaian pineapple farmers. Major agribusinesses are increasingly viewing Ghana as a reliable supplier of globally certified fruits and vegetables and are now investigating possible investments. This has the real potential in Ghana of restoring the competitiveness of the pineapple business in Ghana and restoring its vitality, of expanding the benefits of trade and raising the incomes of Ghanaian farmers. These approaches, as you know, are central to President Obama's administration's agenda for global development. The President has called for broadening prosperity through public-private partnerships, as you know. He understands the power of partnerships to creating opportunity and to improving living standards. MCC is one capable tool the administration is supporting and is using to forge such partnerships, not just in El Salvador or in Ghana, but in all of our partner countries. Through both policies and programs, MCC is leveraging public investment dollars effectively to promote emerging market development by engaging the private sector. Let me explain how we're doing this in practice. MCC works with partner countries committed to good governance, investing in the health and education of its people, and economic freedom. These partners are working hard to respect the rule of law, to fight corruption, to create a more predictable regulatory and legal environment, to enforce contracts, to protect intellectual property rights, safeguard land rights, and apply transparent procurement standards. Clearly, countries committed to these policies are creating not only pro-growth conditions, but also an attractive business climate. What we have found is that the partners MCC selects are the same ones any savvy business investor would select. MCC's selection of countries with sound policies can help lead the private sector to economies that are open and ready for business.